It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Seahawks and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
On a warm afternoon in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, EA Sports brings you to Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates, and I think we have a fairly interesting one here. Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, Sam Darnold of the Panthers.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these two head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possession. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team and give you a few extras.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time. And leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler. In his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now a give right side. Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing is Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. On 1st down, Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Derek Brown coming right right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Under pressure, they got him again. And whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
But here we go for the first time with the Panthers offense led out by their new quarterback for 2021 in his 4th season overall now after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
I love how he exploded on the national scene his redshirt freshman year when at the beginning of the season he was not named the starting quarterback, but when USC was struggling, he got an opportunity, and by the end of the year, the Rose Bowl MVP, an epic shootout with Penn State, and put him on the NFL radar in a big way.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. His throw incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 3rd and 2, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Reed. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He lets it fly for Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 53 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And here's Joseph Charlton now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Burris. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. The Seahawks take back over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Wilson. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Derek Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back.
It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. L.J. Collier drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Dwayne Eskridge.
45 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And after the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On first down, Darnold.
Flushed out right. Got some room at the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. First down, a 16-yard gain. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do,
under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Here's Darnold. Finds the open target, Arnold. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down.
On is the punter, Charlton, now as he's able to get this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 27, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 3rd down, Wilson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Panthers coming out now.
If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now it's Darnold. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And this is going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down. And this one is right down Broadway. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Darnold gets this to McCaffrey. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Darnold. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Slide for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That time a 9-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge, first down Seattle.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Derek Brown able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Myers' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. From the 10. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk at the 20. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The return is Reed. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Chris Carson trotting back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah,
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's taken down inside the red zone, past the Seattle 15.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, but it'll be 2nd down. Again, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's more. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Al Woods in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. but that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Yetur Gross-Matos showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Wilson now off the bootleg. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Here's Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the Panthers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the 1st half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Seahawks on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
We play to win. Let's go.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot to hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, it's Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up second down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all time. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Tackle by Darrell Taylor. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Darnold now to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Here comes Reed. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks on one play have taken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers about ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Darrell Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 10. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
19 yards for Christian McCaffrey.
And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Tampa Bay offense set to go again, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run it with Carson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Big Derek Brown making the stop. 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have regained the lead. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. L.J. Collier picks up his second sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Carlos Dunlap giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Eluding the pressure right. And running with power here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine.
And he's going to go down. Saved back at the 13-yard line. Daquan Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Derek Brown. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. That time, 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
56, boys, 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Darnold on target to Moore for the Panther first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
75 yards rushing for him now as he's totaled it 21 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Forced out to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Wilson to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Flush to his right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Throwing now is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Darnold to throw.
Carlos Dunlap. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this one is incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. Now it's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Taken from just outside the 30. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And this one's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a give, right side. Carson. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.